Para sync, yan o. Para medyo, ano. Hirap hanap. Oo. Yung boses kasi bro, nandito eh. Kasi mumute ko tong video dito. Tapat ko.
Bili na rin yung parang
Mike. Pwede.
Hello everyone.
May mic na to eh. Mic tong controller. Kapag dito ka nagsasalita, mas
Alongside Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy.
okay si, no? Ito, magaling to. Yung Jalen na to.
Now the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The 4 and the 5, the
Si
lengthy
Lou
pair of
Gents.
Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3, the small forward. And for the Timberwolves, Julius Randle is out there with McDaniels. Then it's Naz Reid. Then there's Anthony Edwards. And it's
Dito-base
DiVincenzo
ng
in the shooting guard.
Garo playbook
We
bro.
know these teams among the best defensive squads in the NBA. This figures to be a low-scoring affair.
But it should be an entertaining one, Kevin. And if you're a fan of high-intensity, high-energy defense, there's a lot to love about this matchup.
Sino mga Einstein? 1/4 nigger. Come on.
And so Edwards will bring it up for the Timberwolves. Takes the
No.
13-footer. Dort grabs the miss. Gilgeous Alexander with it. Pass to Hartenstein. To the inside. It's deflected. It's stolen by Randall. No one near Edwards as he
Sorry.
gets it blocked. That one's
Perimeter.
his first bucket of the game.
Jordan.
1 for 2.
And it's really good to see Edwards knock down the mid-range jumper. He continues to work on becoming more consistent from that area.
Now here's Williams. And 2 free throws coming
Hey,
up.
footing.
Unable to get
Yes.
that one to go with all the contact. Julius Randle picks one up. And the defense of the Timberwolves stand as good as it gets.
Well, Kevin, they can compete with anyone when it comes to size, not just up front, but on the wings. They're long
Kalbo,
and
no?
athletic, but it all comes down to execution, and they get it done.
Knicks ba siya? Nag-Knicks ba
He's
siya?
off on the first.
Ha? Oo. Oh, nakaano siya cornrows. Pero ngayon hindi na, di ba?
Hindi pala na-update.
Hindi updated to. Pati si Gordon eh. Walang tato. Oh, dati nag-update.
And he sinks the second. We're about 1 minute into
Aaron
the first.
Gordon sa Nuggets eh.
Let's
Walang tato.
check in with our
Walang
reporter,
tato.
David Aldridge.
Thanks.
Ay,
I
mahaba yung
caught
book.
up with Chris Finch. We talked about the matchup problems that Chet Holmgren presents. He said defensively, Chet can warp the inside of the paint. And at the other end, he's going to drag his matchup out to the three-point line. That's what makes this 7-footer such a special player. Guys?
Thank you, David. Gilgeous Alexander can't get it to go.
Nangyari.
Timberwolves have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. To the wing on the left. Reed the pass to McDaniels. Edwards against Hartenstein. Clock at 6. Edwards no good.
Well, give credit to the defense for cutting him off. Normally, that'd be easy points for him at the rim.
And it's Gilgeous Alexander missing. Edwards kicks to Reed. Misses the 3.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Screen by Hartenstein. Gilgeous Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. Oklahoma City moving it around. Spins. And it's Hartenstein in the corner. The Thunder with another miss.
Bro.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
And the wide open shot from Reed.
Walang tuwala kay ano bro ah.
Oklahoma City
Kaya
trailing.
That's Reed ah.
Now here's Gilgeous Alexander. Pass to Hartenstein. And a great assist by Gilgeous Alexander as that one goes in.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's
No.
missing a layup like that.
Here's Williams.
Uy!
Throw down the reverse jam. Minnesota's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. No one near
Uy,
Randle.
Rondell.
Lets it go. Knocks down the 3-ball.
And he
Playoff
likes to get
Rondell.
the rhythm early. Nice triple.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
Dance ka man po.
Kaya pag kami nanonood, tangina, wala kami pakialam yung ano, yung halftime. Ay, hindi na suikot yan eh. Ang ano yung shooting mo? Ito mga nakabatak to.
Substitution now for Minnesota.
Grade
Gobert
some
checked in
po.
for Reed. Mark comes in for
Tangina,
McGinn.
niwin ako katong si coach.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Dante DiVincenzo. And Mike Conley subbed in for
Albert.
Edwards. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Williams, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Wiggins comes in for Holmgren. Walls is checked in for George. And it's Alex Caruso in for Gilgeous Alexander. Now here is Conley. Pass to Clark. Back to Conley. Here's Randle. Conley with it. Takes the three. And the
Oi.
three ball is good.
I'll tell you, give Conley the ball and trust
Hungry
him
Wolves.
to make the right decision.
Outside Williams. Drives to the hoop. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
Alexander Walker finds Randle. Out of bounds.
Oi, out of
Oklahoma
bounds.
City takes
Yes, sir.
possession. 50 seconds left here in the opening quarter.
Uy! The worst.
Wallace outside. Pass to Caruso. Here's Wiggins. And the shot is good.
It's those kind of
Andrew.
passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
Caruso against Conley. And there's
Uy.
another one for the Timberwolves.
Puro gula.
Conley has that steady floor general demeanor. They love to have him running the pick and roll.
It's stolen.
Kasi doon.
Randle outside. Three-pointer. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Ed.
Randle's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Minnesota.
Oh!
And so it's Minnesota with a 6-point lead at the end of the
Sunod-sunod
quarter.
na
A look at
3-point
the
kung
field goal
sakit.
percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break.
Randell, no?
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. Scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And also, guys, they're playing for one another right now. All those extra passes are leading to easy buckets.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. Wallace is out there with Gilgeous Alexander. Then it's Aaron Wiggins. And it's Alex Caruso.
Jalen
And it's
and
Williams
Jalen,
at the
bro.
5, roaming the paint.
I love the ball
Ganyan.
movement there. He put that
Tapos,
on a
ganyan yung itsura. Tapos pag
just served
close
it
up ng ina, singkit ang puta. Sinky ice eh.
And here's Edwards. Out to Miller. Fires the three. Rebound by Williams. Under trailing by 4. Pass to Gilgeous Alexander. At the elbow, Williams. Over Edwards. And there's Williams. That's good on the
Jalen.
assist by Gilgeous Alexander. Greg, you look at the great coaches. What are one or two of the most important qualities for success that you see?
Well, for me, Kevin, I think you got to be able to adapt tactically. mean, that's huge, and especially in the playoffs. But most important, can you motivate and unify a locker room? That leadership quality is what really puts a coach over the top.
Conley's shot
Medyo
is off.
nahirapan nga
I
din ako
mean,
dun.
come on, that's a shot you
Kung
expect.
sino yung
to make.
mapupuntahin mo. Lalapit ka. Ako ginagawa ko, lalapit ako kung sino kung
Gilgeous
gusto yung
Alexander
pagbibigay.
against Conley. Gilgeous Alexander passes to Williams. Back to Gilgeous Alexander. He nails it. Short side up.
And good work inside. SGA will
Ganun na ganun eh, no?
clean for himself
Ganun
on the
eh.
perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Yung mga dunk ko talaga kay Ant-Man nun. Ay, solid bro. Yung game 3 namin. Nakita ko, nawalan ng loob eh. Tapos nila na. Yung naglaro na pa kayo. Circle, bro. Ay, start. Start. Yes, yes. Yes. X.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. And
Serious
coaches
style, no?
decided they need a moment to talk things over. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Reed, he's checked in for Miller. Julius
Galing ni
Randle
Serious
comes
sa
in
tuwi,
for Alexander Walker. And Dillingham subbed in for Mike Conley. And then for Oklahoma City, Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams.
Oh, okay.
Williams comes in for Aaron Wiggins. And it's Dort in for Cason Wallace.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Hey, Coach, what about Naz Reid after going undrafted back in 2019? He is really showing him, isn't he?
Well, Kevin, what a story. Uncommon skill level for a player of his size. He can shoot the ball. He can handle the ball. He's got a lot in his arsenal.
Over in the corner, Caruso. To the middle. Here's Hartenstein, and they take the lead.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. And here's the break. Dort wide open. Off
Come
target from
on,
outside.
Dort.
Timberwolves have gone 0-4 in the second quarter. Obviously, that needs to change. Pass to Edwards. Gobert with a screen on Gilgeous Alexander. The offensive rebound to the left side wing. Three-pointer, Randle. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Hartenstein's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden
Foul.
McDaniels.
Yes.
We don't let nobody
Siyempre.
push us around. We're always
Di yan
being
eh.
physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough. Kevin,
Okay.
they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical. But, David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report.
And this guy
Pinanay
just
pala
does
nito Olympian din.
everything. Scores, passes, good rebounder, just an
Oo,
all-around
sabi niya.
terrific basketball player.
Looking at
Olympian
who's
din
out
yung
there
ano,
now for the
pinanood ko yung
Timberwolves. Daniels is
Court
checked
of
in for
Gold.
Gobert. Dante
Ang
DiVincenzo
ganda.
comes in for Edwards. And
Ano,
it's Mike Conley in
Olympics?
for Dillingham. And so
documentary
Chris
book, ang
Finch
ganda.
calls for the timeout.
Ganda
He wants to
pinapanood
talk
ko
to
ng
his
video.
guys.
Sila
Balls is in
France,
for Oklahoma
sila
City.
Wimpy, USA, Lebron, sila Ant-Man. Bago panganak nga yung ano doon yung Ant-Man. Spike. Si Obama.
1:35 left now here in the second.
Ganda ng
Outside
pagpapul.
Conley. Down low. Holmgren with the steal. Williams, that's for 2. A rebound by the Timberwolves. And taken away by Wallace. Pass to Williams. Now Holmgren.
Oh,
Scoring in
tangin mo
this
ang
one.
green. Ang inap. The fuck's wrong with you?
1:05 left to play here in the half. Reed in the post. Working on
2 seconds.
Holmgren. And
Camping,
there's the
camping.
whistle. 3-second violation. The Thunder leading by 4. Here's Williams. Driving in. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Jaden McDaniel.
Jaden.
The Thunder have shot 75% of the line
Si
tonight.
Jaden Martins, mga Bisaya.
That's good from Williams. Here we
Oh,
are
pati ito,
sizing
eh.
up GA Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great
What?
at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's
Oy!
equally gifted shooting off
Napasarapan ni
the
Ray.
dribble.
Conley scanning the floor. Randall with a screen for Conley. Randall outside.
Uy, ganda naman nun.
And that one
Ganda.
falls coming off Conley's
Step
feet.
back.
Randall's got 9 points.
And in getting that 3 to go, he snaps an 11-0 run by the Thunder.
And
All
he
ulit.
gets the whistle.
Yes.
2 free throws coming up. The
Alam mo
Thunder
si SGA,
have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple.
And looking at the numbers this season, they're shooting a robust 82% from the line. That's about as good as it gets.
That's good from Williams. Minnesota making a switch.
Ay, din eh. Ganda rin ng sapatos na ako dun eh. Parang ano din eh, yung vibe nyo parang kay Ant-Man dun eh.
That one falls.
Pareho
Against
Adidas
both
kasi
of them.
no bro? Ito yun eh. Lillard.
26
Adidas din yun, di ba?
seconds left to play in the
Yeah,
first
ako nga
half.
ano kay Lillard. Ayun, naglalwaki si Lillard na wala
Pass to
na
Randall.
Foul.
Good D by Holmgren. Wallace with the ball. Nothing on the board. Now here's Holmgren. Williams for 3.
It's the buzzer beater. And how about that triple to put a cap on their run here going into the break. Finish that half on a big-time roll.
And so it's Oklahoma City heading to the bench with a
Jalen.
7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter.
Yes, sir.
Their defense has been terrific in this game. And we'll be right back after this.
Ang ganda eh. Mga ganun nga. You know. Foul. Oy, nasa box. Low light. Jalen. Wait. Low light sa bota. Oh, ito na, Hartenstein. Oo nga, nandun eh, oh. Barnes.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in
Yun
regulation.
na si ano yan ah.
One of the stories here, Jalen Williams getting it done
Yun si ano
today.
yan eh.
Man, he's been
Pamangkin ni
running
ano,
wild
Barrientos.
through that first half.
Si
Absolute
RJ.
dynamite
RJ
on offense.
Barrientos.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to
Oh.
change things up. Give him some different looks.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go.
Baka mamaya
We've
nga
got
pa yan.
Jaden McDaniels,
Sabi niya.
Dante DiVincenzo. He's out there with Anthony Edwards. Then there's Reed. And it's Randall in at power forward. That's Chris Finch's 5 as we get into the second half. Now here's Williams. Anthony Edwards unable to get his last shot to go in.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Oh, yun oh.
Sweet jam by
Tapos.
Edwards.
Wow, this is how explosive Edwards can be. He finishes with
Muntik
such
pa ma-foul.
force at the rim.
Buti na lang.
This league, Stan, is so deep with talent. Are there any players who you think get overlooked in the conversation?
That's a great question, Kevin. I mean, there are some guys who I think get underrated because they play with other guys who are so talented and draw the attention. One guy that I have really seen lately that I think has been better than people think is Grayson Allen. The best three-point shooter, or one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA and a very underrated defender.
And he's evolving, isn't he? Looks like he's working on other parts of his game, but he's always been able to shoot, which has been his calling card.
And he's a much more athletic guy than people give him credit for.
Holmgren. The
Whoa.
shot's good.
Uy, injured pa,
Gilgeous
puta.
Alexander making the play.
Come on.
Gilgeous Alexander's got 3 assists
Oh,
now
sabay
in this
pinalak
one.
ko.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
Ganyan. Hindi na, Holmgren.
From the Thunder making a switch here. Caruso's checked in.
Nung tumawag mo nun. Hindi ata eh, bola niya. Pasok, oh.
And
Inbound
we're
to.
about a minute and a half here into the second half.
Kaya ka di nadidipo eh.
Gilgeous Alexander against Edwards. To the paint. Here's Reed. Hits the
Uy,
layup after the sweet pump fake
reverse.
that frees the D.
Sweet reverse.
Defensively, all eyes are on Edwards,
Anong,
and that
ano?
creates opportunities for
Ano?
others.
Ano?
And now
Ano?
the latest
Ang on
Polo
clothes ba yun?
reporter David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. Jaden McDaniels has become an X factor for the Wolves. Mike Conley says, we know what he does defensively, but the offense that he can bring for
Dito
us
may unang
balances our
sinasabi ko.
unit. It's much needed. Guys tend not to think of him as an offensive player, but he does have that in his game. Kevin?
But I love the reference to an X factor. He definitely is
Yun.
that.
Wala
All
siya
right,
din.
David, thank you.
Well,
Kanina
those
po.
go down for him in his sleep.
And here's Gilgeous Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The lead is 2. Screen by Hartenstein. And oh boy, a lot of contact
Foul.
there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Foul.
It's on Anthony Edwards.
And Gilgeous Alexander understands how to draw contact, especially when he's looking to score.
That's good from Gilgeous Alexander. Alexander
Gilgeous.
Walker, he's checked in for Minnesota. Gilgeous Alexander hits them both.
Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you in the end.
Reed with a screen on Gilgeous Alexander. Outside for Randall. And now here's Gilgeous
Uy.
Alexander, the fast break chance.
Transition.
And they blow the whistle for a
Okay.
foul. He was trying to
Frustration foul.
disrupt the fast break opportunity. 3 trips to the line so far for him in this one.
This season, he has been absolutely locked in at the free throw line. How about 90%?
Very good eh, no? Free throw. Ayun ba yung pinsan niya?
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain
Puta
possession.
na, grabe naman out of bounds.
Timberwolves trail by 5. Pass to DiVincenzo. Randall with a screen for Edwards. Randall outside. There's the triple. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Hartenstein's got 8 rebounds in this game. Let's get an update on Chet Holmgren. David, what's the status?
Hey guys, the Thunder's head athletic trainer gave me an update.
Jay.
Well guys, it could have been much worse. It's a shoulder bruise and it's aching a bit by the looks of things.
David, thanks for checking in. On top of it is all.
It's interesting. Even with the advancements in strength and conditioning, injuries continue to impact the game.
Well, this is a high-impact sport, and the league continues to get bigger and faster.
Just 4 to shoot. Edwards can't hit.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selection. You have to be set up for success.
Dort. The shot's good. Gilgeous Alexander making the play.
Ay, tayo dyan.
On your side, this is what he brings on the offensive end. Great off the catch and fire.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. Some changes for Minnesota. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Clark comes in for Edwards. And Mike Conley subbed in for Dante DiVincenzo. And then for Oklahoma City, Williams, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Wiggins comes in for Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. And Wallace subbed in for George. Williams inside, defended by Alexander Walker. Here's Wiggins. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got his 5th rebound in this one. Shot to stop the run. Randall from outside. Rebound by Williams. The Thunder leading by 10. It's stolen by Gobert. And now Randall pushing it up, and no one back to stop him. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one.
Just naturally strong. We've seen more than one defender sort of just bounce off Randall. He's used to it.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
Yeah, he's at 81% from the line, and when we've had a chance to see him, he's had great form and continues to look confident.
On the wing, Williams. Back to Wiggins. Pass to Caruso. He got it up. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Oklahoma City heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Looking good at this point, but 1-2 more. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
Dort. Canadian din yun eh. The Canadian. Canadort.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. The Thunder with the lead. So for Oklahoma City right now, Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Isaiah Joe. Then there's Cason Wallace. Then it's Wiggins, and it's Jang in at the center position. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Thunder. Gilgeous-Alexander's gone 3 for 7 from the floor so far tonight. Left side, Edwards. Over Joe. Edwards. Good.
Effective use of the mid-range there by Edwards. He's a
Unbothered.
true 3-level scorer.
Williams, a screen on Conley. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. Gobert with the defensive effort. And it's Conley with the ball for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Near the three-point line, it's Edwards. Gobert finds Conley. Here's Edwards. Here's Gobert. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And if he gets that plainly, Gobert becomes unstoppable. He makes good use of his body and just wills himself to a foul.
The free throw drops for Gobert.
Nakita ko yung mukha, tas yung pangalan niya bro, Jalen. L-I-N.
Rudy Gobert.
Well, Kevin, since you ask, his impact in the playoffs hasn't always been the same as during the regular season. That's got to be the next step.
Grabe naman siya na.
Clark, he's checking for Joe Ingles, and it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Williams, a screen on Conley. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Williams. Not going to go that time. Gobert with the defensive effort. Outside Edwards. Clark outside. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Williams, and it's Williams.
Jalen.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Korean siguro to. Chinese ba?
Edwards looking
Hindi, Japanese talaga yun.
Clark sets a screen for Edwards.
Oy, dinakdakan si Jalen.
Talk about a guy who plays up above the rim. Anthony Edwards.
Here's Gilgeous Alexander. What a terrific move that was. Gilgeous Alexander's got 9 points now in just the second half. And so Chris
Pinuko lang yun,
Finch
ito.
calls for the timeout. He's
Pinold ko lang
clearly intent
pababa.
on wanting to lock in and make sure
Ay, ano,
everyone's on the
7
same
o'clock.
page.
Pa 7
Some
o'clock.
changes for Minnesota. Naz Reid,
Ay, yung bola
he's
nasa
checked in
kaliwa.
for Gobert. Julius Randle comes in for Clark. And it's McDaniels in for Mike Conley. The Thunder also changing it up. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Holmgren comes in for Aaron Wiggins. And it's Williams in for Cason Wallace. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Hey guys, here's what Chris Finch went over with his guys during the break. You know, he had some pros and
Oo
cons.
nga.
He said, I like our play
Tangina eh.
inside.
Kita siya
What's
kanina
happening
nag-flex
at the
eh.
arc, fellas? We got to start making some shots. Needs more production from the outside.
Thank you, David. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
Well, they've really been sharing the
Wala pa.
basketball. All coaches
Ayun, eh.
talk about that, try to get their
Parang,
teams
oh,
to do
agree si
it.
Randle sa
Really
sinasabi.
great when you see it in action.
Pangiti
And
na.
another thing, the
Galing
defense
dito.
didn't clog the lanes. They took full advantage with their ability to attack the paint on a lot of those possessions.
The Thunder leading by 8. Gilgeous Alexander with it. Picked up by Edwards. It's Dort on the wing. Back to Gilgeous Alexander.
nakago pa na.
It's stolen by Edwards. And now the Timberwolves on the break.
Oy, natuto na. Natuto na.
Even
Yung ganina.
Jackson's got his first
Ayun
points
na,
of the game.
minalipad
Well,
eh.
you can see that Edwards isn't trying to do it all on his own. He's also looking for shots for others out there.
Gilgeous Alexander against Edwards. To the wing right side. Just 5 on the clock. Outside Williams. Launches it. The Thunder with another miss. Timberwolves trail by 6. Here's Randall. And Holmgren pulls it down. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. And a wide open
Oi.
look for Gilgeous Alexander. Buries it from 3-point range. Gilgeous Alexander's got
Face.
7 points for the quarter. Gilgeous Alexander against Edwards. 1:19 left to play in the final quarter. Randall left side. Pass to Reed. And
No.
they will get the basket here, folks,
Oy.
as they rule goaltending.
Man, that's a tough call for the refs to
They
make
broke
there. I'm
goaltending.
not sure it was on the
Pero
way
mukhang
down,
block sa
but
paningin ko.
that's how they saw it.
The Thunder leading by 7. 1:04 left in the fourth. Gilgeous Alexander passes to Hartenstein.
One.
Timberwolves have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting at even 50% from the field. Yes!
Uy,
And
sumot
now
pa.
they trail by just 4.
And the more experience Edwards gets, the better he'll become, especially when he's stepping up and hitting the big shots.
And that's an intentional foul. 43 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Gilgeous Alexander, that's a 2-pointer. Around the back and lays it in.
And what a shot from Gilgeous Alexander. This guy isn't afraid of the moment. Wow.
3-pointer, Randall. Rebound by Williams.
Well, that's what the defense has to do. Make that shot as uncomfortable for him as possible.
Inogan sa noon ng kakampo. Sinabi ko, siguro may pound ka. Extra dito. Sulit, di ba?
Good on the first, and that makes it a
Sulit eh.
7-point
Ganun
lead.
eh. Binato mo lang, hindi nakatulog na tayo. Hindi rin ito. Shoot in traffic minutes, tapos hindi natin na-rebound. Galit.
Second free
Ay,
throw,
tagin na,
no
dinalaw sa
good
kwento
that
nila.
time. He really wanted that one. And here's Edwards from the arc. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound. And they can just dribble the ball until the buzzer.
Yeah, they got to be happy with the outcome.
Here's Gilgeous Alexander. Missed. So we see the Thunder get the win here. A
Back into
narrow
double.
win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Ganito mangyayari.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Stan Van Gundy, Greg
Saan mo na ano
Anthony,
kanina? New
and
York?
David
New York. Kasi New York ka na, bro.
This is Kevin
Kasi,
Harlan. Thanks for being with us tonight on
Sure.
2K Sports. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
MVP, bro. You know. Ganda nun. Hey. In comparison. 35 minutes.